and that knew to laugh whenever you flung someone, even before it did it automatically. As the Karma is going to be taken away as the final ban here for game number 2. Viper, see which solo laner he's going to pick up for either Sword or Rather. I have a feeling that Sword's pick does make the most sense. The safety of the Gnar could certainly be the option. Not going to be able to pick the Scion into it is Roach, but the Ornn would make some sense. Kongdu, we're going to go there.
Our last pick for Rather. They will not be going for anything, and that means the Ornn is going to be sacrificed. Gnar versus Ornn. Very, very standard matchup in the top. If you think about how the grounded effect would have interacted with the absolutely can't disengage Zac, who has a black shield initiation, would have been pretty dirty, but that's, you know, gimmicky with so many things happening at the same time. Singe banned away. Ornn locked in, and we're just waiting for the mid lane pick here. Taliyah will be ultra safety, and then your question is, how are you feeling about your Yasuo?
How are you feeling about your Yasuo? How are you feeling about picking up, once again, the Vladimir, which is what Rather did take into it? It's going to be a very different composition, and they can't lean on Lehends to get these fights started exactly how they need to and carry them through the late game this time around.
Rather's been an initiator. He's still a big Galio player, but they could go Vlad if they want to surrender early. See what the decision is. The Galio is going to be the choice, so they're reining it in. I mentioned that Vladimir felt more greedy than Galio when it came to their approach to the Game 1 draft. They go similar, and this time they go for the more mid-game spike of the Galio.
Yeah, and a massive amount of beef on this team as well. So not a lot of range coming out of Viper, but a lot of mobility with that Supercharger if he is going to go that route, with the Hurricane involving the Rage Blade there as well. Get yourself invisible as quickly as possible. And then the rest of the team is going to be tanky, is going to be offering the CC, and Rather can allow Viper to skirt around these fights and get all of that damage in. Lehends keeping him safe as well. Griffin, this is one of those burly comps that you see from a lot of our teams in the LCK.
Could be a lot of priority to be facing them in the early game, though. The Caitlyn lane, predictably, will beat the Kai'Sa lane. The top lane Ornn actually does very well against Gnar. In the early, she takes pretty good all-ins as the Kai'Sa.
Yeah, problem is the attack speed not necessarily being there, but with Supercharge helping you out there, that is certainly good. As Lehends, whoa, that Dark Binding was terrible. Out of secret, but in goes Raze, still looking for the fight, gets the flash, gets the bonk together, kidnap. Not going to happen though, as everyone gets separated, and in comes Griffin. Raze does have a black shield, but that's not the one they want. Lehends is actually able to grab the kill onto Soul, of all people. Now Griffin want to capitalize and grab more.
And that was just a straight up mistake, because if you notice, there was no flash there from Viper. He didn't have to get knocked out. Was that just not the full duration from Raze? I'd have to see the replay.
Yeah, that was very strange.
But it looked like he was going to get the kidnap.
Head in, of course, have to check up the river, because there's a Galio and a Taliyah who are looking to find their way in. Griffin with a decent position. They're clearing out as many wards as they possibly can. The Monster down here feeling the pressure. Top lane still just fighting it out. We'll have a Mega Gnar available, but no teleport, remember, guys. So in goes Tarzan. He does find the 80 carry. Heroic entrance comes down as well. But Soul, he's alive for a long time. Killer Instinct does manage to lock down that kill, as now Edge, he's pushed out of the way. Raze under a turret at the mercy of Griffin right now. They'll probably just take down the turret, or... okay, they're just going to catch on top of Raze. He's certainly dead, as the Bloblets will not be able to survive through this one. No teleports to keep him alive, and Edge just looks on in dismay as his jungler gets obliterated after his bot lane already was.
And I have to say, I was looking on dismay a little bit, wondering where the black shield was. I'll have to watch the replay to catch it, but seemed like the Sejuani came more proactively out of the corner of their eyes, and they got no value out of the disengage. Train down Soul. Very easy cleanup by Viper. He gets solo gold as well. We can watch the replay. It was down. Look at this. It's on cooldown. Tarzan says thank you very much and walks in. And it's so proactive that even though the jungler was in lane, it doesn't matter. One ability being on cooldown was the start. That was very nicely cleaned up by Griffin.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Raze, I mean, the kidnap was used defensively to get out of underneath his own turret and had to elastic slingshot his way back in. It was a bit of a disaster when it comes to the jungle play. Kongdu Monster really having to play on the back foot now. Goodness gracious me. Win rate with first turret's 100% this time around. First blood was, oh, it was a CC to try and get Raze out of the way. There we go, he jumps forward, but not quite in time as Sword gets himself over. Raze gets a kidnap back, but that is not what they want. Big knockups to come in as now Tarzan taking loads of damage. That was adorable from Rado, who just has punched his way into absolutely nothing, and that's going to be the big kill down onto Raze. Good snipe from Sword, and they get themselves the Baron as well.
Trapline spared the blush as if it wasn't there, and then we would have seen Viper pop off. He couldn't, as Galio's back. He's going straight in.
Yeah, Justice Punch onto Secret. Really good Black Shield timing, but now has to use it on himself. Roach doesn't have that option as Lehens. He's just really hungry for some kills, and Roach, he may not necessarily be the greatest target, but he still dies. Viper, just so much damage right in here.
Flashes in for the kill, doesn't quite get it.
Soul over to the side, not going to take too much from the W as Edge trying to clear out the minion wave, but remember, Baron buff means that he's not able to. Sword right underneath this turret almost has the Mega Gnar available.
Indicates the hype. Raze got hit by 2 different CCs, but he could get in there, could not. As the fight goes on, the trap line actually makes this a lot more competitive. The traps and also the Orin ultimate zoning out any hope of the chase coming through from the Kai'Sa.
Showing us that he can play both styles as well as Raze. He doesn't want to go in. Not with this one, as they've got engages. The hero's entrance comes down. Secret's just dead. Pop goes everyone. What the heck was that as Raze tries to get a kidnap, but that is not what he wants to be doing. Viper over to the side, but the Death's Dance, you can see staggering the damage, and he's going to survive. All of the health coming back, and now Griffin are playing with their food. They just want to finish this one off. 30 minutes in, the 2-0 over Kongnu Monster, and Griffin are going to do it. They're going to send themselves into that best of 5 on Thursday against MVP.
And at the Double Chance Atlas, we have the winners best of 5 in 2 days' time. Winner of that goes to LCK. The loser plays again. I don't know if we're going to see Griffin lose 2 best of 5s. Maybe they will finally make their spot into LCK Summer after impressing in the Kesper Cup. Too late for qualification for LCK Spring. This means that Kongnu Monster will play in our next series. It will be Kongnu Monster playing